Hey everyone, welcome to the GT Alpha's round 1. I've qualified, kind of, in lobby 2, as in I didn't qualify at all in the pre-qualification round, so I've had to start in lobby 2. This meant that I really needed to get pole position, I needed to win the first sprint race, and I definitely needed to win the round overall. So here's a recap of qualification and the sprint round. Let me know what you think. Whew. 47.4, man, that was pressure. Lucky last lap. Right, onto the sprint race. Let's go. So here we are at Monza, and we've got a rolling start to begin the GT Alpha's sprint race. Just making sure that I'm positioned for turn 1. The absolute infamous turn 1 chicane. Everybody got through, well, almost everybody got through unscathed. In the background there, a couple of cars came together right towards the end of the field, but generally no murders. Right, we've got to have no penalties. G-Max right behind, and definitely have to go a little bit defensive or keep my eye on the mirrors here. Absolutely nail the curbing, and somebody goes off in the background and somebody else goes off in the background. Looks like there's a little bit of carnage that's happened in that chicane, that's for sure. But we're unscathed, and you can see G-Max all over the back of me. I'm just not quite in the rhythm. G-Max all over us like white on rice. As we head into Ascari, it's definitely going to be close coming down the back straight here. At Monza, the slipstream effect, not me, but the real slipstream, is pretty strong, and cars that are normally a little bit slower, drivers that are a little bit slower, might end up actually keeping in the tow easily. So G-Mac here, he's not that much slower, I might add, no offence to him. It's just that he is staying in touch on the first lap, where I expected just to pull away a little bit further, especially out of Ascari, and you can see he's basically just kept the same distance coming into the first chicane again. So he is sticking with us. It's only 0.3 of a second heading into the first chicane. Definitely got my eyes glued to the mirror here, as he's really strong under brakes. Just managed to take a nice line out here, not too much wheel spin on the exit, and he doesn't quite get the same drive, but he's still within range. Got to concentrate and get this going. It's just keeping in the tow. I'm just making some small mistakes and not really in the rhythm just yet. So I know that I've just got to put my head down and get through the chicanes and the lesmos and try and break the tow. Just through the chicane there, I managed to pull out a 1/10 of a second, and it starts to grow a little bit into the lesmos here. Might have just caught him out there. So we know that we're roughly on a good lap here. If we can pull out a little bit further through Ascari, then we should be good. But he's managed to get a really good exit out of the last lesmo, and he pulls in another 1/10. So he's still within slipstream range down the straight into Ascari. I just cannot shake G-Mac. Get out of my slipstream, G-Mac, seriously. Make your own way around the racetrack. Anyway, we get through there unscathed, and we're still the same distance. Alright, just got to settle into a rhythm now. Coming down to the start finish for the second lap, I just can't seem to shake him. Haven't done the very best lap that we could, but we're definitely not the slowest ever, so we really just need to get our head down and start putting in some consistent fast laps. .47.7 there, we should be able to now start to pull away if we can keep this pace up. Ah, this car, man. Seriously, the This car sometimes just over-rotates when you just least want it to.
Just got that all wrong. I'm going to have to go defensive here.
I don't know what it is about the last BOP update, but they just ruined the Ferrari again. It's become undrivable. They did that update and MR cars were better and the Ferrari got better. Now, after the last BOP update, the Ferrari is just horrible to drive again. So I am struggling a little bit to be consistent. So I'm punishing myself here. G-Max now 0.5 of a second away.
That's better.
Really need to get our head down and hope that he's going to make a mistake because he's just sticking in our slipstream.
Not awesome, but better.
Coming into Ascari here, I'm just hoping to get a really good exit and get down the straight as well as I can so we're not under threat coming into the start-finish line straight. Still as close as you'd like. At least they look good and sound good, right? Coming around the final corner here, definitely dropped a little bit of time. G-Mac goes just a little bit wide. Trying to make the line as narrow as I can to the line to try and get a decent time under my belt. G-Mac there threatening to pass.
Just got to get this turn one right.
G-Mac's really strong on the brakes here. I've got my eye on the mirrors, see him closing in. Ooh, he's good under brakes. Get a really good exit there, and G-Mac doesn't. This is my chance.
That was much better. Got to do a couple more of those.
Please don't mess up this chicane. Come on. We pulled away ever so slightly down the straight. We're on for a fast lap. Nailed it through the first chicane. Getting excited. Oh, he's just had a bit of a tail out.
Oh, I heard skid marks in the background.
That's right, you did. Oh, and he puts it in the gravel as well. That's exactly what we were waiting for.
All we've got to do is break that slipstream. We've done it now. We've got to keep that through Ascari though.
So here we're up to about 1.2 seconds and starting to stretch down that straight for the first time in 4.5 laps. And he's gone wide at Ascari on the way in because of the dirty tyres. This is absolute blessing for us because we've managed to break the toe. And a 0.5 second.
Alright, looks like we've now managed to break the slipstream. Makes a huge difference.
That's all you could ask for really. Now I can just try and run away.
Just the Monza straights are absolute weapons for keeping in touch with somebody. See if we can't get the fastest lap. Faster. Ah, very nice. 47.2. Fastest of the night. Fastest of my practice.
Coming into the end of lap number 6 now, pushing hard through Ascari.
Whoa.
Very close there.
It might be a penalty, 0.5 or not. We'll find out at the end of the straight.
Normally by here you'd find out whether you got a penalty, and we didn't get one luckily. Very close to losing the car or getting a penalty.
Definitely dirtied the tyres.
Just got to refocus, put my head down and put some good consistent laps back together again. 1:48.000.
Not so good for the consistency. Well, I'm no Lewis Hamilton driving a Ferrari at Monza, that's for sure. Keep making little mistakes and doing a fast lap, slow lap, fast lap, slow lap. 7 seconds up on G-Mac now. Booyah! 48 to finish. 21.34. See if the top lobbies finished and see what time they did. They did 21.39. Sharky, Truth, Bonneville, Stormfly. So I did a pretty good race
race pace there. We beat lobby 1 on pace. Hey Gary, thanks man. You absolutely made me sweat those first few laps, brother. Man. I was like, get out of my slipstream.